Hi everyone, my name is Julie Gonzalez and I am going to be presenting analyzing Arizona's language development approach. Arizona's definition of an English learner is English learner means if their native language is not English, then they are unable to perform normal classroom instruction in English. A student whose first language is not English is considered as an English language learner. I used to be one of them before when I was in elementary and a little bit in middle school. My first language was English. Well, is English, but I wasn't as fluent in Spanish, but I knew in my household we spoke a little Spanish. So they just decided to put me as an English language learner for a while until I passed the assessments. Demographic of home language. In the state of Arizona, the ELL population has a lot of different ethnicities, social, economic, and cultural backgrounds. A lot of the ELL are Hispanic and Latino. A few other ELL populations are at times Asian and African. Home language is most commonly spoken is Spanish. Other spoken languages at home can include Asian languages, but from what I've seen at my workplace, it's mainly a lot of Hispanic or Latinos. Maybe I will see a few Asian and African too, but maybe like out of the whole English language learners in the program, maybe one or two. Structured English immersion. All CEI models are research based and include three major components: policy, structure, and classroom practices. These components are informed in all SEI models because they reflect legal requirements established in state law. The goal is to teach English as quickly as possible. Examples can include language use, content focus, and student grouping. The way CEI can be implemented in the Arizona classroom is grammar lesson, vocabulary lesson, and reading comprehension. Each state has their different ways of defining English language learners and what type of assessments they use and what other policies they use as well. That is in the administrative side and in the state side as well. Similar to how grammar lesson, vocabulary lessons, and reading comprehension are probably implemented in their policies, but again, it depends on the state's rules. Arizona's language development approach. The four principles that surround the core reflect the research-based and non-components of a comprehension instructional program for Arizona's EL students. The outer ring identifies the outer reach goal of language and content instruction for English learner students. Through the implementation of the four principles, Arizona EL students will develop a sense of agency, confidence, and determination. The importance of EL instruction is self-determination lets EL students know that they are in control of how they make learning decisions and to be independently confident about themselves. Promoting a sense of youth voice and leadership equals communication skills. I use that a lot in the workplace that I am right now because I do work with students a lot every day. I'm an after school program tutor, so this is one of our goals that I use from them is promoting a sense of youth voice and leadership, which again it's similar to communication skills. I think of it as that way, and I encourage EL students in motivating them and try their very best. So Arizona's approved research-based SEI models, there's four of them. There's the newcomer model. This is basically learning the basics of English. That is when students are new to the United States and have no knowledge or understanding of English whatsoever. Pull-out models are for students that get pulled out during classroom instruction to receive specialized instruction with their English. 2-hour models are for students that receive 2 hours of English learning during the instructional day. And then there's the 50-50 dual language. This model provides students with 50% instruction being their native language and the other half English, therefore considering it as a bilingual instruction. Where I work, the district that I work for, there is actually a bilingual school. It's not meant for English language learners, as I say. It's it's basically like a very popular institution where parents could sign up their students to be in a bilingual classroom setting. That way, they know Spanish, and it could be used for their future career choices in the future when they get older. And that way, they know the language Spanish and English. And it's from TK through 8th grade. To help students meet their legal obligations without intimidating parents or students who are non fluent in English speakers, the Arizona Department of Education created a home language survey known as the Primary Home Language Other Than English, or PHLOTE. It determines if their child is qualified for English language proficiencies. Depending on the results, this determines the student's ability on what areas need improvement, and it can be in the areas of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Arizona English Language Learner Assessment, which is AZELLA, is a test based on the student's English language proficiency and is used for placements into EL programs if they are eligible to get out of the EL program, or if they mastered it well, or they still need to continue those services in the EL program. Not a lot of students can qualify for the EL program because they're very fluent in English, but there is some that at the same time it can be determined if they know English very well, they could get off those services already, or if they still need help, then they stay in those services that they need. And it's all based on that assessment. Accommodations for ELs, depending on the grade level and age of the English learners, they will have accommodations, but ELs cannot have modifications. Modifications is mainly for students with IEPs or 504 plans. A lot of people get it confused, like if EL learners do have modifications, but they do not. It's only accommodations. So examples of accommodations for kinder and 1st grade will be allow frequent breaks, multiple choice items, and allowing the use of assistive technology for writing prompts, spelling checks, and grammar checks. Examples for accommodations for 2nd and 3rd grade students is extend writing prompts allowed, assistive technology, and large print for tests, and 4th through 6th graders with the same accommodations as above. It follows the same. But again, it just depending if the combinations for that specific student is like limited or it is way more than these others that I stated. So the parents' rights for ELs. Parents have the right to take their student out of the EL program. They have the right to do so. If later on, if they decided, they want to re-enroll them again, they have the right to do so. But again, they are not welcome, but if they feel like they want to withdraw the student from the EL program, they are allowed to. They have the right to. So when the parents and guardian have been provided with the parental notifications and consent for a review, if they request to withdraw the EL student from the EL program, the LEA will schedule a meeting either in person, virtually, or over the phone. In the meeting, the parents and guardians are informed of the following: the EL programs offered at the campus or LEA, the EL's English language proficiency level, and the option to have their student withdrawn from EL services. This goes for every state as well. Parents have a lot of rights. This is like similar to when the parents have their IEP, their students' IEP or 504. When it comes to discussing it, they always have parental rights, and this includes for general education overall. Parents have rights to like keep their students on the services they need or do not. It's up to them to decide. This is my reference page. Again, thank you for listening in, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.